Alright, so here I am again with my Ford F-250 again. This time I'm going to do VIN number and everything. There's my VIN number right there. I'm dealing with the defective brakes currently right now as well. Right now, the other problems I'm running into is it seems to be every single part that I've been purchasing from O Reilys Auto Parts has not been lasting more than 6 months to a year. There's a serious problem with their quality control checks because right now I'm dealing with another issue of my truck of this battery and the alternator are both bad. Both of these are bad. I just done these at the same time. As you can see, here's the stamp and date. There's the battery name. Here's the top. Here's the cold cranking amps. This is the part number for this truck. I even called Ford to verify. Here, let's get the barcode in here. This battery is no good. I've tested it. It is no good. It's died on me 4 times over the winter time. If I leave the truck for more than 1 day, this battery, no good. Now it is officially to the point where if you jump start this battery, and I jump start it with that van right there, which sadly to say it has the same exact battery as this truck, except for that battery was purchased at AutoZone. This battery is an O Reilys battery. This battery is garbage. I don't know what's wrong with this battery. This is the second battery I've put in this truck from O Reilys. The first one was defective, and now this one is defective as well. Now I'm currently running into a problem of this alternator is bad. The alternator is not charging as it's supposed to be. It's putting low amperage out. I've tested all of my wiring. As you can see, everything's pulled back. I've pulled back every bit of wiring on here. I've tested everything. My voltage is good. My resistance is perfect. I mean, it is dead on the money. The problem is these wires were all detached. This is a plow wire. This is a plow wire. This is a plow wire. These are all done right. Just because I do a lot of snow removal, actually not necessarily per se do the snow removal, but I drive around so much that there's, as you can see, is heat shrink, double layer heat shrink, and I also wrap it with electrical tape just to make sure that if the heat shrink gets brittle as this flexes, I don't get any corrosion or any bad contaminants inside the wire to cause wire problems. So the problem is this alternator is bad. I've tested all of my wiring. I cannot find out why this alternator is putting out a low amperage. I replaced this alternator for just the heck of it because I do snow removal. So pretty much every winter, if the alternator isn't putting out the correct amperage, I will go ahead and replace it. This alternator didn't even make it the winter time. As soon as I lift up the plow, the truck would just about die out. I was told that this alternator would be more than sufficient enough for my plow, which I was told completely wrong. That battery is no good. There's got to be some bad cells in it. The problem is every time I bring this part to O Reilys, they tell me it's good. Same with the alternator. Every time I bring it into multiple O Reilys locations, they tell me that this part is good. I bring the same thing to a local competitor, and they're telling me the alternator is bad and the battery is bad. I don't know what's to be said about this. I've put a new throttle position sensor in here, which is that component right there. I put a new throttle position in there. That went bad. I don't get what the issue is with the manufacturers and their products. Currently as well, I am dealing with, there is another leaking brake caliper. It is in the back. We'll see which one it is. It's not too hard to find out. Yeah, it's this one. Leaking again. Just replaced that one with the local competitor. No problems. Loving it. Have no issues. This one, look at that shit. Sorry to swear, but see? It's coming off the caliper. This isn't anything else. It's coming off the caliper. I've rebuilt these hubs several times. I've rebuilt this rear end. As you can see, the stamp tag has been peeled. It's all done with proper gasket, no RTV. This was all done correctly. As you can see, the wheels are new, the tires went shot because of it. The shocks are still technically good. They're rusty, but they're still technically good. But yes, this is the problem I'm dealing with. That bleeder will not come undone. It will not come undone. So yes, here's the physical evidence of the brakes. I do have the physical brake part itself. There's all the brake fluid all over my wheel. I mean, I just put new tires on this thing. I've done the works to this thing. The whole entire front end on this truck is brand new. After having that suspension collapse out, I have the new springs. Yeah. See, it looks like this. Yeah. It looks like this stabilizer is bad as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, that lasted real long. This is new from O Reilys too. This is retarded. Because as you can see, there is no oil. There is no oil anywhere but here as it squirts. Alright, what else did I replace with O Reilys? Because this is getting to be stupid. This isn't cool. So this is one stabilizer. This was just done when I did the whole front end. I mean, I did the U-bolts. We did new U-bolts. We did new cap plates. I replaced all the yoke components. I redid all this. I rebuilt the front diff, new tag plate, new front end over there, completely new front end. I put new lockers on it. Yeah, this is just retarded. I'm very dissatisfied, and I hope for recompensation. I hope to be compensated back for all of my losses in time and my headaches. This is out of control. I mean, again, here's the truck. I mean, I take care of my vehicles. I haven't washed this thing in probably 4 or 5 weeks. Here's my truck. The logos are just on the doors for my advertisement. The truck's not really a work truck. I mean, I'll show you guys. This is not a work truck. I mean, there's an impact gun, a chainsaw, some foam insulator, some scrap pipe, some scrap wire, little toolbox, some garbage. Bugs flying out. I mean, this isn't a daily working truck. I mean, this is a piece of garage door track that I used for something that I cut down. There's some, oh no, that's like, oh no, yeah, there's bed rail in here. This isn't, there's a pressure washer handle, screen bracket in there. It's all scrap metal in here. I mean, there's an old pair of gloves. As you can see, the bed of the truck. I mean, it's just garbage inside the truck right now. The truck doesn't get driven because of the brakes. I mean, it's a very well maintained truck. It's in nice condition though. The problem is these brakes. And now that I'm finding out that the suspension components that I had purchased from O Reilys, and even the, oh yes, I did notice this the other day, is the axle seals on the driver's side are bad, and because they're bad, they're actually blowing diff fluid, differential gear lube, out of the lockers. As you can see, there's actually a little bit coming out here. I'll show you. Here is the driver's side, and here we go. You can see it. This is all axle lube. That's the fluid for this differential right there. That thing right there, that big gearbox with the little blue cap. Yes, the fluid that's supposed to be in there is blowing out this seal. Everything was done to torque and to spec. I don't know. So I really truly hope for compensation out of this. This is ridiculous. I make money to show up with this truck, to show a good representation, and there's my work trucks. There's my work trailer, and there's my work trailer. My tools get kept in this, and this, and this. This is just for the winter time. This truck is just to show up for the winter time with a nice fancy plow on the front, a nice salt spreader in the back, has no salt in it, and I don't even plow snow with this plow. This plow is strictly for show, so when I show up to the customer's property, when my crews are out there with plowing with my equipment, I'm not having to look like we're unprepared, as if a truck shows up with no plow and is incapable of doing the job. When you show up to the job site with this, with a big V plow on the front, you tend to get some jobs done. Like I said, this is just to show up to job sites, to get jobs, job sites that are something that you need four-wheel drive that the van can't get into. That's when I use this, and there's a lot of properties that I do that I really needed this truck, that my van can't get into, and sadly to say, my Crown Victoria. This is my job site survey vehicle. This is when I do all my job sites in higher risk neighborhoods. This is my construction vehicle for doing surveying equipment. As you can see, I'm forced into using this poor car that is from Arizona and is 100% rust free. I am so livid that I'm having to use my poor Crown Victoria to go into job sites. Ooh, the rain washed a little bit off this side. That's nice. My poor car that's not supposed to be on construction sites is getting damaged. There's things hitting the car. I had this thing that wasn't supposed to be on a job site. There's a big massive dent right here. That happened. This isn't cool. I'm really not happy. I'm truly not happy. Oh yeah, here's a machine that backed into my freaking poor car. I wouldn't have cared if it was my truck. My car, now I'm mad. Now I have to replace this bumper. There's where the guy freaking walked past it and scuffed it up with his machine again. Yep, damages all done to my vehicle because it was on a job site that truck over there, that truck right there, was supposed to be on. This is the problem I have. My van is capable of towing both these trailers. That's what its job is to do, is to tow both these trailers. Not that. That's just to show up for work.